Imagine growing up being told that a plant-based diet is the key to saving your health and the planet. From documentaries to school cafeterias, we've been taught that plant-based eating is the ethical, healthy, and sustainable choice. But what if this narrative isn't telling us the whole story? What if our understanding of food, nutrition, and sustainability has been shaped by selective information? Let's explore how education and media around plant-based diets create blind spots in our discussions about health, sustainability, and even animal welfare. From a young age, many of us have been taught that plant-based diets are the ideal way to go for our health and the environment. Health campaigns, school lessons, and media coverage often paint a very simplistic picture. Meat is bad, plants are good. This messaging is repeated without much nuance. We hear all about the benefits of fruits and vegetables, but the potential drawbacks of eliminating animal products entirely are rarely discussed. Take, for example, the environmental discussion. We're taught about the role of animal agriculture in climate change, focusing heavily on factory farming and industrialized livestock. But the regenerative potential of sustainable animal farming, such as grass-fed cattle and rotational grazing systems, is almost never mentioned. These farming practices can sequester carbon, restore ecosystems, and contribute to biodiversity, all things that are left out when promoting plant-based diets. Similarly, in health discussions, we're warned about the risks of eating red meat, but we often overlook the many nutrient deficiencies that can arise in plant-based diets. Animal products like meat, eggs, and dairy provide essential bioavailable nutrients, including vitamin B12, heme iron, and complete proteins, which are harder to obtain from plants. The way we view plant-based diets in terms of health is another area where selective education plays a big role. It's undeniable that eating more fruits and vegetables can improve health outcomes, but the narrative that cutting out animal products is universally healthy is overly simplistic. Schools, health organizations, and even celebrity influencers promote plant-based diets as a way to reduce the risk of diseases like heart disease, obesity, and cancer. However, what's often left out of this message is the fact that plant-based diets, if not properly planned, can lead to serious deficiencies in key nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, iron, and zinc. Deficiencies in these nutrients can result in fatigue, cognitive decline, and weakened immune function. Meanwhile, nutrients like saturated fats and cholesterol, which have long been vilified, are now being recognized as critical for brain function, hormone production, and overall health. But you won't find these conversations in the plant-based messaging we're usually exposed to. When it comes to sustainability, we've been taught that plant-based diets are the clear winners. The idea is that plants require fewer resources, produce fewer emissions, and are generally more sustainable than meat-based diets. While there is some truth to this, plant-based foods do tend to require fewer resources than industrial animal farming. The environmental impact of industrial plant farming is often glossed over. Take monocropping, for example, the practice of planting vast fields of a single crop year after year. This practice is essential for the production of plant-based foods like soy, corn, and wheat, which are key ingredients in many plant-based products. But monocropping comes with its own set of environmental problems. It leads to soil depletion, requires heavy use of pesticides and herbicides, and contributes to water pollution. It also reduces biodiversity, which is vital for maintaining healthy ecosystems. What's often overlooked is that regenerative animal farming can actually help restore soil health and ecosystems. Animals grazing on diverse pastures can rebuild soil structure, prevent erosion, and sequester carbon. Yet this side of the story is rarely discussed in sustainability conversations surrounding plant-based diets. Another major blind spot in the plant-based narrative is the ethical question surrounding crop farming. Vegan and vegetarian diets are often marketed as more ethical because they don't involve the direct harm of animals. However, large-scale crop farming comes with its own ethical issues. Industrial farming practices, including the use of heavy machinery and chemical inputs, result in the death of small animals, like rodents, birds, and insects, that live in and around crop fields. The destruction of natural habitats to make way for monoculture farms leads to displacement and loss of biodiversity. Additionally, the intensive use of pesticides doesn't just harm pests, it also affects pollinators, like bees and butterflies, which are crucial to our ecosystems. These ethical issues are rarely addressed in educational materials promoting plant-based diets. Instead, the focus is often on the harm caused by factory farming, while the equally significant impact of industrial crop farming on wildlife and ecosystems is ignored. A more balanced approach would acknowledge the ethical implications of both plant-based and animal-based food systems, recognizing that all forms of agriculture affect animals and the environment. Media and marketing play a huge role in shaping the narrative around plant-based diets. Documentaries like What the Health and Cowspiracy have raised awareness about important issues related to food production. However, these films often rely on selective data and fear-based messaging to make their point. The media tends to frame plant-based diets as the ethical, environmentally friendly, and healthy choice, without fully exploring the downsides of industrial plant farming or the benefits of sustainable animal agriculture. As a result, many people adopt plant-based diets based on incomplete information, unaware of the full picture of how food production impacts both human health and the planet. So, how can we move beyond this one-sided view of food and start fostering a more balanced conversation? It starts with education that presents the full truth about both plant-based and animal-based diets, including their benefits, challenges, and environmental impacts. We need to shift away from the idea that one diet is inherently superior to the other, and recognize that sustainability and health depend on the methods of food production. Regenerative agriculture, whether it involves plants, animals, or both, offers a path forward that can restore ecosystems, improve human health, and create a more sustainable food system. The promotion of plant-based diets as the solution to all our health, environmental, and ethical problems has created blind spots in how we think about food. Selective education has shaped a narrative that overlooks the downsides of industrial crop farming and the potential benefits of sustainable animal farming. To truly make informed choices about what we eat, we need a more nuanced conversation, one that takes into account all aspects of food production and recognizes that healthy, sustainable eating is about more than just choosing plants over meat. It's about understanding the full picture and embracing a more holistic approach to food and the environment. Let's challenge the narrative and move towards a food system that supports the planet and its people in a way that is balanced, informed, and sustainable.